Joining me now is CBS News Middle East contributor Courtney Keeley. Courtney, great to see you. Pakistan's army chief met with Iranian officials in Tehran yesterday. What do we know about those meetings?
Well, that was really the visit that created this deal. What happened was Pakistan's Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir was in Tehran yesterday, and then it was announced, according to my sources in Islamabad, just after he returned, that both sides had this draft to review that had been agreed upon, and that they were being sent to both the Iranian leadership and President Trump. Now, President Trump knows Munir. He's called him my favorite field marshal, and he's been to the White House. So he's a credible person, mediator on the U.S. side, and he was also instrumental, along with the Pakistani government, for the first round of talks that were held in Islamabad, if you remember. Now, he also has the Iranian leadership, because Pakistan, we talk about who borders Iran, and it's so complicated, but Pakistan has that really large, porous border too. And they have to look to Afghanistan. They need Iran's help in regional security and trade and economics. But they also have had a relationship with the U.S. It goes back far to 1971. They helped, for instance, create the breakthrough for Nixon to China. But right now, with all these countries involved and some of these Gulf countries hit and this new war front in southern Lebanon, it was the Pakistanis that really got this memo of understanding in its draft form. And we'll see what the details will continue to come out and what both sides say about it.
Is the Strait of Hormuz really the bargaining chip here, Courtney?
We talked about it incessantly because all of a sudden the whole world knew what the Strait of Hormuz was and this bottleneck. But when I've been researching further and digging further, Saudi Arabia has an east-west pipeline that goes to the Red Sea. The Houthis aren't acting up right now. The UAE has had a expensive proposal to divert their resources, and now it's looking into building that. So in the future, Iran won't have this bargaining chip. Iraq and China are also looking at overland routes. So once burned, really, they're all looking at different ways that this won't happen again. Maybe in the near future, it's still a problem, but in the far future, they can avoid it.
Courtney, if I could ask you very quickly, because I know you're in touch with a lot of people in that region, what do the people of Iran think about this idea of a possible negotiation? Because I know we've had folks on this broadcast, on this network, talk about the importance of freeing the people of the Iranian government.
Right. And Iranians tell me that they didn't get what they wanted. This isn't a regime change in terms of toppling it and having free and fair democratic elections.
Right.
This is a re-strengthening of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and the military that goes back to the Iran-Iraq War. They all have relationships, including Mojtaba Khamenei, who is now the successor, and all of these generals and members of the IRGC. So they don't necessarily speak to the full population. We don't know the exact fraction of it, but the regime loyalists. But we've seen for years protests in the street, those massacres that happened in January. The executions are continuing while the regime is negotiating this deal.
So much to unpack. Courtney Keeley, appreciate your time.